everybody, it's Maria. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? Hang on, I know, I gotta move more over here. How's it going, everybody? As Enzo Amore from a former WWE superstar used to say, how you doing? How's it going? We are gonna go ahead and do the Genesis album We Can't Dance. Since I've covered Ego Trip by Papa Roach and But Seriously by Phil Collins. This is one of the four options. This will be option number 3 that I'm covering now. But yes, I am aware Hailstorm is releasing their album Everest very soon, so that will probably be next for the channel if the album comes out. But then by the time this album is released, I'm pretty sure it will be. So that'll probably be next on my list. But right after that, I'll get into Citizen Soldier. And yes, for you Daughtry fans out there, yes, I am aware that they are releasing the part 2 of the album Shock to the System. Yes, I am aware. I am going to tackle that at a later date. Make myself a little bit bigger so y'all can see me actually sing the fucking song. But the only thing about this right now that is ticking me off is Genesis made this album out of order. Like, whoever created this playlist has lost their damn minds and needs their brains fixed. Because somebody put this out of order. But don't fret, I will ensure that all the songs are in the correct order when I do the full album review. Yes, it is easier for me to just copy and paste it into CapCut, but you guys probably like things in order if you're a weirdo or a perfectionist like me. SmackDown is officially on my gaming channel for this week. August 1st episode of SmackDown. It's on there if you're interested in watching it. That is the same day that this section of the album was recorded, on August 1st. FYI, I'm just letting y'all know that I'm trying to get Halo Infinite for the Xbox. So if you guys see a lot of Halo content from me on the gaming channel, it's part of the reason why, because I literally watched a video of this guy ranking all the Halo games, and I'm like, I'm going to play some Halo. And then I noticed that you guys didn't have any on the channel, so I was like, what the hell is Alright. I'll get into what I think the song's about. Well, what Genesis stated the song is about. What Phil Collins has stated it's about. And then I'll get into my quote literal version or meaning of what the song is about. We are not going to put this in full projector mode because I don't need to when it comes to these. Like, number one, if I need to see, I got my TV on up here, so if I need to, I can just look up. And I've listened to these tracks since, honestly, I think this was my first Genesis album. This is the first Genesis album that I bought on CD, so I should know this one pretty well. Because there are 12 tracks on the main album, and there was 2 bonus tracks that Genesis released later on, which we will get into towards the end of the album, because that's usually how I like to do it. Do the main album the way it was released, and then if there's any B-sides or content connected to the album, then I'll just put them on later. So let me sure. Okay. Just checking to make sure that the console is picking me up. Or, I know the mic is picking me up, but I want to make sure the console's audio is being picked up. Thank you guys for helping this channel, but don't forget about EV Soldier 96's gaming. There's a lot of good goodies on there, plenty of gaming content, and I'm really thinking about doing reactions to shows like, that WWE Unreal I'm thinking about doing a reaction to that. I'm like doing each episode. I'm giving you guys my thoughts on that. And then I'll get into the more funny stuff like Total Divas, Total Bellas, because there is some goofy shit that happens on there. But keep in mind that all that's going on my Patreon, so that way YouTube can't interfere with what the hell I'm doing. Steady, this is your warning. If you want to turn on some music, now would be the time, because we are going to get into No Son of Mine by Genesis. Right? Yeah. Alright, let's go to them. Sorry for the 5-minute intro. Hello. Well, the key to my survival was never in much doubt. And the question was how I could keep sane, trying to find the way out. Things were never easy for me, peace of mind was hard to find. And I needed a place where I could hide, somewhere I could call mine. I didn't think much about it till it started happening all the time. Soon I was living with the fear every day of what might happen that night. I couldn't stand to hear the crying of my mother. I remember when I swore that would be the last they'd see of me, and I never went home again. They say that time is a healer, and now my wounds, they are not the same. I rang the bell with my heart in my mouth. I had to hear what he'd say. He sat me down to talk to me. He looked me straight in the eyes. He said, "You know, son of mine. You know, son of mine. You walked out, you left us behind. And you know, son of mine." All these words, how they hurt me, I'll never forget it. And as the time it went by, I lived to regret it. You know, son of mine. Oh, where should I go? Please tell me, what should I do? You know, son of mine. I came here for help. Oh, I came here for you. You. I'm getting into it, y'all. I can't help it. Well, the years, they passed me slowly. I thought about him every day. What would I do if we passed on the street? Would I keep running away? In and out of hiding places, soon I'd have to face the facts that we'd have to sit down and talk it over. That would mean going back. They say time is a healer, and now my wounds, they are not the same. Well, I rang the bell with my heart in my mouth. I had to hear what he'd say. He sat me down to talk to me. He looked me straight in the eyes. He said, "You know, son of mine. you're no son of mine. You walked out, you left us behind. You're no son of mine. All these words, how they hurt me, I never forget it. And as the time it went by, well, I lived to regret it. You're no son of mine. Nor should I go. Please tell me what should I do? You're no son of mine. Well, I came here for help. Oh, I was looking for you. You're no son of mine. Oh, you're no son. Hi, 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 yeah. You're no son. You're no son of mine. Oh, 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 you're no son of mine. You're no son of mine. You're no son, you're no son, you're no son of mine. Oh, 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 you're no son of mine. Oh, 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 no son of mine. Okay, let's talk about it. No son of mine. So, I'm going to talk about what Phil said, and then we're going to talk about what it literally is saying in the lyric. Okay, what Phil said in 1997 during his, I think it was Unplugged. No. It was some Unplugged concert that he did in 97. Storyteller. That's and what that is for those who are in a land of confusion, pun intended. Um, Storytellers is like he'll do a song and then tell what the lyrics mean. And he did, I think, wait, no, I take that back. Three of the songs from We Can't Dance from that same concert, and he explained what each of the songs mean. He did No Son of Mine, which we just discussed, or we just did. Um, I Can't Dance, which comes, in a couple, it is like track 3, and then Since I Lost You, which will come later in the album. Um, okay, let me start. Okay, so what he said was it's an improvisation track. Um, Tony Banks, who is the keyboardist for Genesis, he had that the elephant sounding type thing you hear in the song. He had that sound he created from a guitar riff or sound, and he adjusted it and put it on his keyboard. He had that elephant sound, and then Mike Rutherford, who is the guitarist for Genesis, started going jin 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 jin, and then all of a sudden Phil Collins starts singing "No son, you're no son of mine" for some reason. He doesn't know why. He had a very happy childhood. So that, it literally just came from, a little bit of a piano bit, and then it came from a guitar bit, and then when Phil spit that out, "You're no son of mine," and then he wrote the song about those, from the title itself. And literally, now I'm going to get to what it's literally about. To me, it's literally about a boy that's has been abused by his father, or the mother is abused. It's not clear in the song whether it's the mother that's being abused or the son that's being abused, but the son just couldn't take it anymore, and he ran away, and then a few years goes by, and the son is like, I want to, clear things up with my dad. I want to make peace with it. And then he goes back, And the dad starts talking shit. Like, you abandoned us. Um, that kind of thing. Like, you're no son of mine. You left like a wimp, you know. My son went and leave us like that, leave his family like that. But he had his own reasons as to why he did it. So now I understand that from the son's point of view, because why would you want to stay in a place of abuse, a place of neglect? You know, if you watch the video itself, the video literally tells the story of the song if you take the time and pay attention to it. So I would highly recommend watching the video. Um, and it was just a really, really, really good video. I don't know what to say. One of these days, if you want me to do a reaction or walk you through the video, whatever you want to call it, I'll do it on my Patreon. Uh, if you ask me to. But if I do it, it's gonna be for the whole album. You know, all the singles that had a music video with it, I'm gonna go ahead and just put it all bundled up into one video on my Patreon. So keep that in mind if you want me to do the music video reaction, that kind of thing. But that's what Phil had said. Mike Relaford and Tony Banks, they both may have a different perspective of what the song may be about. There is a documentary of Genesis called, I guess, No Admittance or No Admissions, something like that, that will explain the making of the album and all that came with it. So I would highly recommend looking that up on YouTube if you want to learn more about this album and the making of it. All that said, I hope you enjoyed No Son of Mine. I hope I actually gave you some insight this time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Okay, sorry about this, everybody. I was messing with the last track, getting it posted. This is the next track, track 2, Jesus He Knows Me. Hang on, everybody. Okay. I know. The playlist here is out of order, but we're gonna do it in order of what the album was actually released. So sorry. But the first track is uploading to my TikTok right now. If you are interested, the latest episode of SmackDown is uploaded right now on both TikTok and my YouTube channel. If you are interested in checking that out, much appreciated if you do. Let's get into Jesus He Knows Me. I'm not gonna spend give out a long-winded intro like I always do with the first track. That's like a freaking tradition with me. Oh my gosh. And I'll get into what Genesis had to say about this track at the end, towards the end of the video. Let's get into it. I'm having some fun with it, y'all. That's why I like doing the old albums. I don't have to like look at the lyrics and try to sing at the same time. See the face on the TV screen, coming at you every Sunday. See the face on the billboard, that man is me. On the cover of a magazine, no question why I'm smiling. Your piece of paradise, you buy a piece of me. I'll get you everything you want, I'll get you everything you need. You need to believe in hereafter, just believe in me. Cause Jesus, He knows me, and He knows I'm right. I've been talking to Jesus all my life. Oh yes, He knows me, and He knows I'm right. And He's been telling me Everything is alright. I believe in the family with my ever-loving wife beside me. She don't know I got a girlfriend or the man I met last night. Do you believe in God? Cause that is what I'm selling. If you wanna get to heaven, wow, I see you right. You won't ever have to leave your house or get out of your chair. You don't even have to touch that dial. Cause I'm everywhere. Jesus, he knows me and he knows I'm right. I've been talking to Jesus all my life. Oh, yes, he knows me and he knows I'm right. Well, he's been telling me everything's gonna be alright. Won't find me practicing what I'm preaching. Won't find me making no sacrifice. But I can get you a pocket full of miracles if you promise to be good and try to be nice. God will take good care of you. Just do as I say, don't do as I do. My head says that a lot. Well, I'm counting my blessings, cause I found true happiness. I'm getting richer day by day. You can find me in the phone book. Just call my toll-free number. You can do it any way you want. Just do it right away. But there'll be no doubt in your mind. You believe in everything I'm saying. If you want to get closer to him, you need to stop praying. Cause Jesus, he knows me and he knows I'm right. I've been talking to Jesus all my life. Oh, yes, he knows me and he knows I'm right. Well, he's been telling me everything's gonna be alright. Cause Jesus, he knows me and he knows I'm right. Oh, yes, he knows me and he knows I'm right. Been talking to Jesus all my life. Well, he's been telling me everything's gonna be alright. Jesus, he knows me. 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 Alright, let's talk. Okay. My feeling of what the song is about and what Collins has said about the song makes just matches it makes complete sense. So I'm just gonna give you what Phil Collins has said about it. Uh, he was doing an interview for I think it was Room 21. I think it was called. It was some English show. I don't know. I never watched it. I only watched the interview with Phil Collins. I never watched the show. Other than that episode with him. And Phil had stated that during the time when this was this album was getting made, whatever, he had seen he'd flip on the TV and he'd flipping through the channels on Sunday and he'd see all these what did he call them, TV angelists? I think that's what he called them. And they're just random preacher dudes on the television with wigs and all that craziness. And he's like, if you help, if you get me $10 million by this weekend, I can heal your daughter, I can heal your son, I can do this, I can do that. Trying to bribe people out of their pocket change just to get rich. But but these people are thinking that, oh, if I give this money, then I can, help my daughter with her cancer or whatever the world, whatever ailment you had. And this dude claims that he can heal it if you do this or do that. But in reality, he's just getting money to put in his pocket. And Phil, this is just Genesis calling them out and be like, "What you doing, motherfucker? What you doing?" But let me tell you, you remember the part in the song where he goes, "You can find me in the phone book, just to call my toll-free number. You can do it every way you want, just do it right away." That line in the music video, when Phil sings that line, the toll-free number is 1-800-Genesis. I don't know why, but every time I see that in the video, I just chuckle. I'm like, really? That's the toll-free number? Of all the numbers you could have chosen, you chose that. Which it makes sense because that's the band, and they don't have to fight for rights or legal crap just to use a number in a music video. It's just a goofy, silly video. That's what I like about Genesis videos. They're silly. They don't think too much about it. They're just, oh, we gotta do a music video. We'll do this, and then it's just a goofy, funny music video. At least their later stuff was more goofy and silly. But I thought it was awesome. I thought it was funny. Check out the video for yourselves, y'all, if you got the time. I think you guys will get a good chuckle out of it if you take the time to listen to it. Alright, guys, that's it for me. Jesus, He Knows Me by Genesis. If you guys have anything to say about the song, let me know, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace! Hey everybody, it's Mario. Welcome back to this channel. How's it going? We're continuing Genesis We Can't Dance with Driving the Last Spike. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you right now what it's about. According to what I read on the interweb, it says Phil Collins said that it's about the Navarrese railway workers of the 19th century, many who have died constructing the British railways. So it's about, it's from like a third party perspective of a worker who has witnessed people get hurt or get injured, who die, people who miss their families, people who aren't going to see their families or, everything they've done ever again, for the sake of building that railway. And it's just the picture that Phil creates in this one song in it's 10 minutes and 8 seconds. But in that 10 minutes you get a pretty good vivid picture as to what this poor railway worker and many of his co-workers went through building those railways. And I'm pretty sure Phil wasn't there, but he's just imagining their pain and putting it into song. And that's just a vivid. He makes some very vivid imagery with this one. So I'm just gonna get into it. Alright, let's go to Genesis. You guys know the rules around here. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. There's plenty more of Genesis. There's plenty more of bands like Hailstorm, Evanescence, all that kind of stuff. So check it out. If you like it, hit that button for me. Enjoy. My phone is officially dead, y'all. LOL. Yes, it's on the charter. Leaving my family behind me, not knowing what lay ahead, waving goodbye as I left them in tears, remembering all we'd said. I looked to the sky, I offered my prayers, I asked him for guidance and strength. But the simple beliefs of a simple man, laying his hands on my head. my hand. I gave everything that they wanted, but still they wanted more. We sweat and we toiled, good men lost their lives. I don't think they knew what for. I sold them my heart, I sold them my soul. I gave everything I had. Oh, but they couldn't break my spirit. My dignity fought back. Fight back. Just fight back. Can you hear me? Can you see? Don't you hear me? Don't you see? We worked in gangs for all we were worth. The young boys pulling the wagons. We were digging the tunnels, shifting the earth. It was then that it happened. No one knew how the cracks appeared, but as it failed, they disappeared. Stone fell like rain. Can you hear me? Can you see? Don't you hear me? Can you breathe? The smoke cleared, the dust had settled. No one knew how many had died. All around there were broken men. They'd said it was safe, they'd lied. You could hear the cries, you could smell the fear, but good fortune that day was mine. And it occurred to me the heart of a good man. It seems it's hard to find. Can you hear me? Can you see? Don't you hear me? Don't you see? I love the drums. We weren't how we were, let the devil for our pay. Through the wind, through the snow, and through the rain. Blasting and cutting through God's country like a knife. Sweat stinging my eyes. There has to be a better life. Oh, but I can hear my children's cry. I can see the tears in their eyes. Memories of those I've left behind, still ringing in my ears. Will I ever go back again? Will I ever see her face again? I'll never forget that night as we waved goodbye to the fathers. We came from the north and we came from the south, with picks and with stakes and a new kind of order, showing no fear of what lies up ahead. They'll never see the lights of us again. Driving the last fight, lifting and laying the track, with blistering hands, the sun burning your back. Oh, but I can hear my children's cry. I can see the tears in their eyes. Memories of those I've left behind, still ringing in my ears. Well, I'll always remember that night as they waved goodbye to their fathers. We followed the rail, we slept under the stars, digging in darkness and living with danger, showing no fear of what might lay ahead. They'll never see the likes of us again. Can you hear me? Can you see? Don't you hear me? Don't you see? Okay, now there's one thing I wanted to know before I signed off. I loved how in the first verse he's describing the man leaving his family, and then in the second verse, he's describing uh you know the work that they were doing, uh and the dangers of it, and all the people that had you know did all the mining and all that, and then passed away. And then in uh the third verse and the fourth one, he's kind of explaining what they did, and the regret that the protagonist feels of all the pain, all the sorrow that all these people went through, and and all he wanted was a better life for his wife and his children, and that's why he went and did this job. So he's like, oh, if I mine, I can get better money, I can get a better life for my wife and children, and then I make this big sacrifice, and the people that hired me pretty much stabbed me in the back. So it's a very vivid image that Phil is trying to paint here, and I think he did very well. Uh, I wouldn't be surprised if this song was at least 5 pages long, if not longer. But I think I think it's pretty awesome how he took over the reins of a longer track lyrically. It's 9 times out of 10 I noticed that Tony and Mike are the lyric people in Genesis. Not that Phil didn't, have his moments on their records and say, "Hey, maybe we can do this instead of that." He did, but it seems like he really took the reins on this one, and some of mine, among probably a few others, but I think he really did take the reins here, and I think it's a very good song. What do you guys think of it? All that said, I'm out of here. Peace out. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? We're continuing I Can't Dance. Oops. We Can't Dance with I Can't Dance. So I guess it's sort of the song of the same name. Hang on. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and talk about what it's about real fast because Phil Collins had stated in that Storytellers show that I told you about in the first track that this song is about male models. This is another one of those improvisation songs. Tony Banks had got this, and then Mike comes in with a riff or something like that, and Phil starts going, "I can dance," and then he writes a song around it, which is amazing. So it's just talking shit about male models, and I think it's hilarious. If you watch the video, it'll give you more context. If you guys want me to do a reaction to all the videos for this record, let me know, and I'd be happy to do it. You guys gotta let me know. But I think the song would speak better for me than I could ever convey than the lyrics themselves. So let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, let's go to the Genesis. You guys know the drill. Let's get into I Can Dance. By the way, they had this little walking thing. Just imagine me taking steps with my opposite feet. Hot sun beating down, burning my feet, just a walking around. Hot sun making me sweat. Data's getting close, it hasn't got me yet. I can't dance, I can't talk. Only thing about me is the way that I walk. I can't dance, I can't sing. I'm just standing here selling everything. Blue jeans sitting on the beach. Her dog is talking to me, but she's out of reach. At least she's got a body under that shirt. But all she wants to do is rub my face in the dirt. I can't dance, I can't talk. Only thing about me is the way that I walk. I can dance, I can't sing. I'm just standing here and selling. Whoa, a check and everything is in place. You never know who's looking on. It goes from one scenario to another in the verses. Young punk spilling beer on my shoes. Fat guys talking to me, trying to steal my blues. The thick smoke you see smiling through. I never thought so much could happen. Just shooting pool. I can't dance, I can't talk. Only thing about me is the way that I walk. I can't dance, I can't sing. I'm just standing here and selling Whoa, I check and everything is in place. You never know who's looking on. The perfect body with a perfect face. Mm-hmm. Go watch Genesis do it. It's much funnier. I can dance. I can't talk. Only thing about me is the way that I walk. No, I can dance. I can't sing. I'm just standing here and telling everything. No, I can't walk. No, I can't dance. No, 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 I can't dance. No, I said I can't sing. Bullshit, Phil. We both know that you can sing. Okay, so literally that's what it's about. You know, about male models back in the day. I don't know if that still applies. All they're good at is like selling the merchandise that they're trying to sell. And what is hilarious about all of this is prior to becoming an actor, prior to becoming the legend that he is, I think Phil had said when he was a kid he would do some modeling for some magazines back when he was a kid when he was trying to get acting jobs or something like that. I think he stated it in his. He had said it multiple times, but the one place I can think of is A Life Less Ordinary. His documentary from the Testify era. Check it out if you have the time. And I gotta get out of here, so I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace! Hello, everybody. It's Maria. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? We're just, I'm just doing a little camera check, making sure everything is glorious. Me. Okay. Audio's working. Camera's working. Everything. Okay. Just doing a quick check, make sure everything's working real quick. Okay. So now we're getting into Never a Time by Genesis from the We Can't Dance album. This is one of those, this is definitely a breakup type track. So that's hang on. I forgot there was something I meant to do, but I'll keep talking so that way you know I'm here. I forgot to release I Can't Dance to TikTok. I said I was gonna do it and then I forgot to do it. So real fast. Sorry if you guys hear other audio other than moi, so give me just a second. I'm still here, don't worry. I'm just trying to go ahead and get this taken care of. Let's see. What in the heck? Hang on, guys. I know. Hang on. Did I leave it out? Shit. Yes, I did. I could have sworn I left it out of the file. Because usually now I try to put everything into files, like little folder, like a new folder or something like that, and I forgot that I had left I Can't Dance out of the folder so I could put it onto TikTok. So there's that. That's uploading to TikTok right now. And then, because usually I do 3 tracks for TikTok. I do, I pick 3 tracks off of the album. in order to to see if anybody from TikTok would like to come over to the music channel on my YouTube and see if kind of give this channel more exposure. You guys know how this works. SummerSlam is tonight. Part 1 is tonight, and then part 2 will follow on Sunday. So check it out if you want to see SummerSlam. Yes, I will do it on EV Soldier 96's Gaming if you are interested. This recording was done on April 2nd. So, or this session was done on April 2nd. The first 4 tracks were done on the 1st. So I hope you are enjoying We Can't Dance. Let's get into Never a Time. I think they said on the making of that Phil was really struggling with this one, but I don't see how because this is the most Phil Collins song off the album in my book. What do you guys think? Let's find out. Personally, this is one of my favorites off of the album. No, there's never a time to say, 'cause it seems to me that we've lost our way. So we carry on down the road, and we live our lives haunted by all the things we say and do. Keep on missing when I'm alone with you. No, there's never a time to change. You don't get a chance to rearrange. It's a long, long way to go just to find out something we both know. Oh, can't you see what's going on? It's so sad that a love so strong has gone. Oh, all I know is what is true. All I ask is for you to just look around and see. You live your life locked in a dream where nothing is real and not what it seems. We can't go on another day just being afraid to say. It's a long, long way to fall when we both thought that we had it all. And you know it's the time to say, 'cause we're all played out. We've lost our way. Oh, I hope that you would be oh so understanding. By now you'd see, oh Lord, so sad, oh so sad. That's the way that it goes, I know. I'm gonna tell you right now. Ooh, ooh. Okay, never a time. Let's talk about it. Okay, to me, this is just from my point of view. This is just the person knowing we've tried everything we can do to save this relationship, but we both know that it's falling apart and there's nothing we can do about it. This is around the time, I don't know if Collins wrote this or one of the other band members did, but I hate to bring it up, but this is around the time where Phil Collins had an affair with, if I remember correctly, Orianne Stevie, his third wife. But he was falling out of love with Lily's mom, Jill Tavelman. So I think he had an affair with CV, and, it was just the falling of that relationship, the falling out of that relationship. And I don't know if this song is connected to that event, but you would think that it was connected to it because it's like, we've tried everything. I'm all, to stay in love, to be a family, but we had to go our separate ways. This is kind of uh I would say Do You Remember's cousin, I would believe. Like, those two are very akin to each other in my opinion. If you listen to the lyrics of both tracks, to me that would be they're both very similar. So this is just like the falling out of a relationship. Um I have not seen an interview where they spoke about this one in particular. But if there is one, please let me know. Maybe they spoke about it a little bit in that No Admittance documentary that they did, but maybe I'm missing something that you, bigger Genesis fans than me, probably know that I don't. If you have something you want to share about this song, please let me know. I would love to hear more if you know about it. And I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Hey everybody, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? We're continuing Weekend Dance by Genesis with Dreaming While You Sleep. But here's the problem. There isn't, when I went to do it with the original Genesis playlist, they didn't have the lyrics. So the best I could find was, a video done by, forgive me if I say your name wrong, uh, Darly Mio? Darly space Neo. So if you want to check out their channel, that would be great. Just to help them out. They took a Genesis concert from the Weekend Dance Tour and put the lyrics underneath. So I'm gonna stick with that. I know these lyrics pretty well, but I just like to display the lyrics for you guys. Um, this is the best that I could find. The only other one is it's like a karaoke version. It's the exact song, perfectly the exact song, but just the instrumental and the lyrics. And I'm like 80% confident I could pull it off, but I don't like that 20% that my anxiety won't let that happen. So I put this one up instead. So hopefully, Darly, I hope you don't mind me using your video. This is just for the sake of me doing the album. If you want me to take it down and or anything, if it's an issue, please let me know. Um, you guys know how this works. But Dreaming While You Sleep is about. I'm gonna get into what I think it's about literally because I've heard this song so many times. Um, let me see. Is there? Oh, where is it at? Okay. Okay, this was written by. Oh, they didn't say who wrote the lyric. Oh, damn. Phil Collins wrote, "No son of mine, Jesus he knows me, driving the last fight. I can't dance. Tell me why. And since I lost you." Okay. Sorry, I just noticed that on Wikipedia. Um, Dreaming While You Sleep, it's a story of a guy that got in a car accident and he survived it, but the other person didn't, and it's the story of his guilt of what happened that night and his regret of what happened that night. From what I hear from the lyric, but if you give me just a second, Genesis, dreaming while you sleep. Lyrics meaning. Okay. According to I'm gonna read you guys the breakdown of what it says. I'm just gonna read what Google says right here entirely. Sit down, get your popcorn, here we go. The Genesis song Dreaming While You Sleep from the album Weekend Dance tells the story of a man driving while tired and accidentally hit a young girl. The lyrics then express his wish for her to wake up from the resulting coma. Okay, so she's not dead, but she's just in a coma. The song delves into themes of guilt, regret, and the hope of recovery, reflecting on the emotional weight of the situation. So I was right. Okay, and then here is the breakdown from Google. The accident. The song opens up with a man driving under the influence of sleepless and jarring impact of the accident. The coma. The girl is seriously injured and in a coma, leaving the man in a state of profound stress. Yearning for awakening. The core of the song revolves around the man's desperate desire for the girl to wake up, highlighting his guilt and emotional toll of the incident. Emotional intensity. The song is noted for its emotional depth and the way it captures the psychological impact such a tragic event. And on here it says not just a pop song. While some might consider We Can't Dance to be a pop album, Dreaming While You Sleep and other tracks demonstrate complex emotion narratives according to Reddit users. Now, whether you believe Reddit, that's up to you. Sorry, but lyrically, this is the best I could find. The only other option I had was to post the lyrics in the description. I could have done that, but I always love to look for lyrics first. If you want me to, you can leave a comment. Hey, could you go back into the description and leave the lyrics for us? Or, if you want to, just say fuck it and write the lyrics yourself. I ain't gonna stop you. I appreciate all the help you guys give this channel. I really, 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 really do. So, you guys know what the song is about. You got a breakdown of it. If you're loving We Can't Dance or any of the other work I've done, hit the subscribe button. There's plenty more. With all the cliches out of the way, I hope this video doesn't get taken down. And here is Dreaming While You Sleep. Cross your fingers for me when I upload it. Oh, I gotta press play on my controller. Yeah, hold on. Let me, move myself. See if it'll let me move myself. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this group locked. I'm gonna move myself up a little. Because the lyrics are down low. So, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and move me up a little bit so y'all can see. Alright, here we go. Look at Phil just chilling. In and out of darkness, in and out of sleep, trying to keep both hands upon the wheel. Never saw the corner in the driving rain. I never saw her step into the stream. Dreaming while you sleep. Dreaming while you sleep. Memories to keep. Ooh, dreaming while you sleep. Sorry, I'm kind of watching the footage myself. I could never understand what went through my mind. I didn't stop to see what I had done. Had to keep on driving deep into the night. Miles between would somehow put it right. Dreaming while you sleep. Ooh, I'm dreaming while you sleep. Memories to keep. Ooh, dreaming while you sleep. All my life, you were silently there. All my life, in a world so unfair. All my life, and only I'll know why. With it live inside of me, I will never be free. All my life, trapped in her memory. All my life, the day that you open your eyes. Please, 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 open your eyes. Dreaming while you sleep. Ooh, dreaming while you sleep. Oh, oh. Look on the window, saw it on TV. Could I take my secret to the grave? If I had another chance, would I do the same? But I'd still deny that it was me. Dreaming while you sleep. Oh, dreaming while you sleep. Oh, dreaming while you sleep. Dreaming while you sleep. All my life, I'll be haunted by it all my life. Just one moment in time, all my life. Until the day I die. And it will live inside of me. I will never be free all my life. Trapped in her memory all my life. And the day that you open your eyes, please, oh please, 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 all of my life. inside of me. I will never be free. I'll never be free. Day that you open your eyes. Oh, please, please, please open your eyes. Dreaming while you sleep. 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 There you go. Okay, well, you want to know what's odd? I think it's interesting that I had to do this because I had planned on redoing the album, but doing all this, as many of the songs as I could, but using the live versions. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, y'all probably want to see the lyrics more than the actual concert itself. So I was like, well, I don't know. If there's another, down the road, if you, want me to do an album in that manner, let me know. I would love to do it. Just to do something interesting, something different. That way, like, say if there's like a drum solo, you're not just sitting there looking at me like, is she gonna do something? Because I feel weird, like those instrumental moments where I'm like just waiting, like, okay, there we go. I think it's interesting if I could go back in time. Would I do the same? Would I still deny that it was me? It's interesting. I think that's an interesting concept because, like, to my knowledge, if you get into an accident, you are not allowed to leave the scene until the cops get there and get your statement, all that crap. Isn't that illegal? I know I know it's just a song. I know it's just a story, but I'm like, you shouldn't have left the scene, right? The miles between will somehow put it right. Like, how is that supposed to put it right? What would have put it right was you staying and waiting for the cops. Look, I'm a little lost on that. Let's start that conversation in the comments down below. Hopefully, by the next song, they'll have the lyric in there, so I don't have to do this again. But if you want me to do it again, but with another album, please let me know, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out. Hello, everybody. It's Mario. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? We're gonna go ahead and continue "We Can't Dance" by Genesis with "Tell Me Why." Let me scoot myself down back to my spot. That way y'all can see everything. There we go. That should be good enough. Wait. I try my damnedest to get me in the corner. There we go. Now we can lock me back in place. Okay. This one, we actually have the lyrics for this one. I don't know why they didn't have the lyrics for Dreaming While You Sleep. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and discuss what Google has to say, and then I'll give my input if there's anything at the end of the track. So this is what Google has to say. The lyrics highlight the disparity between the privileged and those in need, questioning why those in power don't do more to help. Okay. Hypocrisy and inaction. The song confronts the hypocrisy of those who claim to be concerned about the global issues while doing little to address them. Disregard for suffering. The lyrics suggest discard for the suffering of others, particularly those who are facing famine and natural disasters. Social injustices. The song points to a social injustice where there seems to be one set of rules for the wealthy and powerful, and another for the poor and marginalized. Call for action. While not explicitly stating a solution, the song implicably calls for those in power to act to do so, rather than turning a blind eye to the problem. And apparently, down here, there's inspiration here. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. Inspiration for the song. The song was reportedly inspired by a news report about the Kurds, 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 I think that's how you say it. Being stuck in the mountains and ignored by the world following the devastation of the Bangladesh and Ethiopia. Phil Collins wrote the lyrics and was reportedly horrified by the images of suffering he saw on television. The song also touches on the theme of politicians who could solve the problems but choose not to. Okay, that's what Google has to say about it, and I probably mostly agree with it. I probably won't have much to add to that. I like Gemini or whatever the fuck AI thing this is. It makes my job a whole lot easier. But if I have any more input at the end, I'll give you my input. If not, then I'll just do the outro. Don't forget to check out SummerSlam this evening. SummerSlam Saturday, if you'd like. If you are a wrestling fan, check it out. No, I was not paid by WWE to say that, but I do the matches on my gaming channel if you are interested, because I'm gonna do night 1 and night 2 separately on Saturday and Sunday. So I hope you enjoy that if you get the chance. Here is Tell Me Why. Alright, let's go to Genesis as always. Mothers crying in the street, children dying at their feet. Tell me why. Oh, tell me why. People starving everywhere. There's too much food, but there's none to spare. Tell me why. Oh, tell me why. Can you see the shiftings of light? Can you see it in my eyes? I can feel the fire that's burning, anger and hope so deep within my heart. But before my eyes, oh, for some it's too late. 'Cause it seems there's no one listening. People sleeping in the street. No roof above, no food to eat. Tell me why. Oh, tell me why. See the questions in their eyes. Listen to their children's cries. Tell me why. Please tell me why. If there's a God, is he watching? Can he give a ray of hope? So much pain and so much sorrow. Tell me, what does he see when he looks at you? And when he looks at me, what will he say? 'Cause it seems there's no one listening. Who would think it still could happen, even in this time and place? Politicians, they may save themselves, oh, but they won't save their faiths. So hope against hope, it's not too late. You say there's nothing you can do. Is there one rule for them and one for you? Tell me why. Just tell me why. Listen, can you see that shaft of sunlight? Can you see it in my eyes? I can feel the fire that's burning, anger and hope so deep within my heart. But before my eyes, but soon it's too late. 'Cause it seems there's no one listening. Hurry for me, hurry for me. Please hurry for me, hurry for me. They cry, they cry. Oh, hurry for me, hurry for me. Hurry for me, hurry for me. They cry, they cry. Hurry for me, hurry for me. Hurry for me, hurry for me. They cry, they cry. Okay, so I totally agree with what Google had stated. Um, but I'd like to add a little something onto that. I think Phil is expanding upon, uh, the problems that they were facing. Because, like, usually he gets a little bit, ever since at least, but seriously, he got very, serious about political issues. Um, and Another Day in Paradise was about the homeless, and now he's speaking about all these people that are trapped and need help, or these people that, can't get food, because there's too much food, but, you can't spare any because we're trying to feed the rich and all that stuff, And I love the line, is it one rule for them and one for you? Because that's to me is literally how it is. Like the rich get all, A, B, all the way through Z, and then, this poor mom that can't feed her child can barely get anything without having to jump through hoop after hoop after hoop, like, say healthcare, like, even like me, I have medical insurance. I'm not going to say exactly what it is because, um, but without the medical insurance, I couldn't get the help that I need. But I think it's ridiculous that we have to jump through hoop after hoop just to get the one thing we need. But I understand it to a degree because there are people that can be a bit selfish and be like, oh, I can get food stamps and sell it to people to get drugs or whatever the fuck. So I kind of get why they make you jump through hoops like that, but it's kind of ridiculous at the same time. And Phil is just like, all these people need help, and you're just batting an eye, like you're not doing anything. It could be exactly what Google said. People stuck in the mountains, but somebody needs help. Somebody could be trapped. Somebody could be hungry. Somebody could be homeless, and the rich aren't doing anything about it. They're like, it's not my circus, not my problem. Next, check out my latest blockbuster. You know what I mean? So I totally agree with what Google had to say, and obviously what Phil had to say. And Phil is not trying to push. I love how Phil's like, look, I'm not trying to push my political views or anything on you guys. I'm just saying, oh, there's a problem. This bothers me. Does it bother anybody else? That's all he's doing, and I love it. What do you guys have to say about Tell Me Why? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace! Hello everybody, it's Maria. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? We're continuing Genesis We Can't Dance with Living Forever. Okay, so unfortunately I couldn't find a lyrics video, so I'm gonna have to put the lyrics in the description for this one. If I remember. if I remember. Y'all can remind me in the comments, like, hey, you didn't put the lyrics down. And I'll be happy to do it. I'll try to do it when I go to release the album, but I make no such promises. um, but so far, this is the only one I've had to do it for. So I've looked at the meaning of the track. I'm looking everywhere, and I went to songmeanings.com, and obviously everybody has a different perspective. But on songmeanings.com, somebody commented, I think their name, forgive me if I say your name incorrectly, Jubrel Abdullah, I think that's their name. Um, he commented in saying, Tony Banks wrote the lyrics based on how people are being bombarded with health information by the media and the health experts, and how it changes from one day to the next. Things are declared healthy in the past and then declared unhealthy, and vice versa. So, so in other words, it's like one of those fucking medicine advertisements. Um, so it's like one of those medicine advertisements. You get this brand new medicine. It's gonna help you lose weight. It's gonna help you do this. It's gonna help you do that. It's gonna help you do this. And then a few months later, you get a advertisement saying, "Hang on." You get an advertisement saying, if you took fill in the blank drug, if you took this medication and suddenly you grow out an arm out of your ass, please dial this number as you are entitled to compensation. Me and my dad make up strange side effects every time we see those medicine commercials. Every freaking time. Like, if you took our medication and suddenly you turn into a unicorn, please dial this number as you are entitled to compensation. Or sometimes we'll fuck around and mess with the side effects. Side effects include have growing a horse tail after a month of use. You know, just stupid frivolous things like that. Because, and you know, that's literally how healthcare is. Which I am very fortunate to have a doctor that is good about explaining, you know, hey, this is what we're trying to do with it. This is what it can do. But there are also side effects that include blah, 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 blah. But she puts it in a way where it's not like a fucking medicine commercial. She puts it in a way that I can understand and be like, okay, I gotta look over this, that, this, that, this, that. And somebody said it's about an eating disorder in the comments in the songmeanings.com. So I'm going to see if I agree with it or if I have a different opinion as to what the song may be conveying. But I'll try my damnedest to put the lyrics in the description for you. But if I don't, please don't get mad. Just, if you want to, just copy and paste it in the comments for me. That would be great. And I'll pin your comment somewhere up high so everybody can see it. All that said, let's get into Living Forever by Genesis. All rights go to them. Jesus, I hope I remember this one. Like, I know the song, but I'm trying to see if I can remember the lyrics. I've been so confused today. They've gone and changed the rules again. 'Cause in my life I'm trying hard. Do it all so I can remain healthy and sane and live forever. Always one more tomorrow. Living forever. Always one more tomorrow. much of what they said wasn't so. Now we've got to do those things that they thought before was so wrong. To be healthy and strong and live forever. Always one more tomorrow. Living forever. Always one more tomorrow. I know we don't need you. No, we don't believe you. You don't really have the answers. You think you know better. You think that really matters. You just want to rule over everybody's lives. If you come to life today, we will taking care. I don't know the reason why. Only this all that me surviving away until tomorrow. Always one more tomorrow. Living forever. We really want to live forever. Yeah, I know I've messed up in a couple of spots because I'm trying to recollect every lyric and I'm used to having them right here on the screen. So that's my fault. I thought about just pulling out the lyrics on my phone and singing along with it, but I was like, nah. We'll do a quick rundown of the lyrics here in the video after the song's over, I promise. I like the weird keyboard sounds that Tony does. I really, really do. Now let me go ahead and go to this playlist, y'all. I know. Spoiling what's next. Okay. So yeah, I would now that I actually took the time to actually listen, because when I put on an album, I hear the song, but sometimes I don't listen enough. I just like to jam out and oh yeah, it's Genesis, coming on my playlist, and I just listen to it. So let's go through the lyric now that I have the lyrics in my hand. So that way you guys get the gist of what I was freaking trying to sing. Uh, okay. Okay, so the lyrics won't take me too long to go through. But I'll see if I agree or disagree with what he said, what they're saying. I'm feeling so confused today. They've gone and changed the rules again. 'Cause in my life I'm trying hard to do it all so I can remain healthy and sane. I'll live forever. Always one more tomorrow. Living forever. Always one more tomorrow. I heard it on the radio. Too much of what they say wasn't so. Now we've got to do those things that they've done before. What's so wrong? To be healthy and strong and live forever. Always one more tomorrow. Living forever. Always one more tomorrow. I know we don't need you. No, we don't believe you. You don't really have the answers. You think you know better. You think it really matters. You just want to rule over everybody's lives. I think I'll change my life today. Gone the times of taking care. And I really don't need a reason why. 'Cause all I need's all in a day. Surviving away just till tomorrow. Always one more tomorrow. Living forever. Do you really want to live forever? There you go. You got acapella version of it. So I would definitely have to agree with the whole concept. Because, you know, this was released in the early 90s. This was released in 91. So this is around the time of, all those pill commercials coming around and all that stuff on the radio coming around. Even you know what's bad? Even Cat Williams, one of my favorite comedians, even freaking Cat Williams joked about this shit. He put it in his stand up. Like, you get a pill, say you're having a headache. Then you get a pill to address your headache, but now your arm is all scrunched up. Then you get another pill to fix your arm, but now your leg won't stop jerking and moving around all crazy. Then you get a medicine to fix that, and it goes on and on and on and on and on. I swear, I have so many. I understand. I have a physical condition, cerebral palsy, so I had to take some medicine yet for my musculature and all that stuff. But you would look at my amount of medicine, you would fucking think that I have a pharmacy in my freaking bedroom. Um, so I understand what the hell he's trying to say, because like it's just crazy. Because like even Kat said, this poor girl's gonna be taking a medicine, and then she's gonna have a horn coming out of her motherfucking brain. Or wait, no, he was talking about shit. Oh yeah, now I remember what he was talking about. He was talking about cow meat, but I'm gonna tell the joke anyway. Uh, like genetically altered cow meat. You're gonna have like so much of it. You're gonna have so, you're gonna be able to make so many burgers that a kid is gonna be trying to get something at McDonald's. She's gonna have a horn coming out of her motherfucking braids, and suddenly she's gonna be dumber to the point where she goes A B C D No, because give her the genetically altered cow meat. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but tell that joke. That's one of my favorite jokes that he tells. But yeah, it's literally like that. And it seems the more time has gone on, the more time uh that the worse that it happens. Cause like somebody, I don't know who made the joke. I don't know if it was supposed to be a joke or serious or what. I was watching something, and somebody said, "Pardon my, pardon what I'm about to say. No offense to the, males everywhere when I say this joke, but or say this statement that I'm about to say." But somebody said we can fix a dude's uh reproductive organ. I'm gonna try to be nice about it. We can help a man fix his reproductive organ issues, but we can't beat cancer yet. What the hell's wrong with that? And I'm like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with helping a guy out. But yeah, I kind of agree. Like, why can't we beat cancer and yet we're still helping with that problem first and then dealing with the cancer thing second? But that's just what I heard. But, and I kind of agree with it to some degree. But we should be helping all people, not just one group of people. We try to help, we try to do a bunch of projects all at once, and then one gets pushed to the back burner. Because I'm guilty of doing that with the YouTube thing. Like I don't mean to push you guys on the back burner, but I'm trying to help the gaming channel get up to y'all's level, because this channel has 137 subscribers, where the gaming channel only has 35. So I'm kind of guilty. So I know, how am I going to compare YouTube and medical shit in the same conversation? But that's what I did. But yeah, I would definitely agree with what the Tell Me Why is trying to say. So what do you guys had to say about anything that I've said in the last 17 minutes? What do you guys have to say? I'll see you next time. Peace. Hey everybody, welcome back to Genesis Weekend Dance. We're going to continue with Hold on My Heart. Okay, so I'm going to tell you what Google says, and then we are going to talk about my opinions at the end. Okay, Hold on My Heart by Genesis conveys a message of enduring love and emotional support, urging the listener to hold on to heartfelt emotions and remain steadfast through life's challenges. The song uses the recurring metaphor of holding on to the heart to symbolize the need to protect and nurture vulnerable feelings. It speaks to those who are hesitant to express their emotions due to past hurts and feelings of rejection, emphasizing the importance of patience and preservance of love. And then we go down here. The phrase "hold on my heart" is a metaphor signifying the need to protect and cherish one's emotional feelings. It suggests a desire to hold on to the love and connection that one has with another person, especially when facing potential hurt or uncertainty. The song acknowledges emotional vulnerability that comes with love and the fear of heartbreak. It speaks to the experience of being deeply hurt in the past and the hesitation to open oneself up to love again. The lyrics encourage the listener to be patient and not rush into expressing their feelings, emphasizing that true love requires time and understanding. The song expresses a promise that there will be someone offering emotional support and willingness to weather the storms together. The song also touches on the reluctance to show vulnerability, such as crying when deeply moved by love. Overall themes. Hold on My Heart is ultimately a song that the complexity of love and the need to protect one's heart and the importance of patience, perseverance, and the emotional support in relationships. So I would agree with everything that I've just read. Because really, Hold on My Heart is literally saying, uh, hold on to the feeling of the love that you have for this person, for the relationship to continue. Um, like, say, trying to think of a good, God, I can't think of a good couple to use in it as an example. But I'm just gonna say hypothetically. Um, Saying like Phil and Jill, sorry for the rhyme, their marriage was falling apart. They were slowly falling apart, and it feels like I want to hold on to that feeling of why I fell in love with her in the first place. Why did I fall in love with her? Why did I open my heart to her? Why did we connect the way we did way back when? Because I think they got married in '85, and then they officially fully divorced in '96. If my memory is correct and my information that I get from that is mostly Wikipedia, but also from Phil's book Not Dead Yet. I would highly recommend reading that. Um, so I think that's really what this song comes down to. He wants to hold on to the love that they had and that he cherishes, and fight for the relationship. But I don't know. I don't know if it's about him or if they just like improvised it. I don't know, but that's what the song is conveying, in my opinion. All that said, enough of my chit chat. Let's get into it. All rights go to Genesis. Hold on, my heart. Just hold on to that feeling. We both know we've been here before. And we both know what can happen. Hold on, my heart. 'Cause I'm looking over your shoulder. Oh, please don't rush in this time. Don't show how you feel. Hold on, my heart. Throw me a lifeline. I'll keep a place for you somewhere deep inside. So hold on, my heart. Please tell her to be patient. 'Cause there has never been a time that I wanted something more. If I can recall this feeling, I know there's a chance, oh, I will be there. Yes, I will be there. Be there for you. Whenever you want me to. Whenever you call, I will be there. Yes, I will be there. Hold on my heart. Don't let us see you crying. No matter where I go, you'll always be with me. So hold on my heart. Hold on to that feeling. We both know we've been here before, and we both know what can happen. So hold on my heart. Hold on my heart. I'm gonna hold on to your heart. Hold on. Hold on, just hold on. Hold on, just hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. This is like some shit you would listen to in high school. I'm pretty sure there has been a lot of people that listened to this when it came out, if they were in high school. Um, like you have a few exes, and you're scared to open up your heart again because of rejection, or because you don't want to get hurt again because you've been through this X amount of times. Because you may misinterpret what somebody's doing as love as opposed to, say, being a friend, and you get shot down pretty hard. um so the song is just a reminder. Just hold on a second and let the don't rush into it and say, I love you, 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 be with me forever. you know because you've been through this dance before. So I'm pretty sure Google is accurate. I agree with Google at least like 3-4 times now. What the fuck? So, what do you guys have to say about Hold on My Heart? I would highly recommend checking out the live version from the Turn It On Again tour. It sounds very pretty. Oh my gosh, I would highly recommend it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Peace! Hey everybody, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? We're going to continue Genesis Weekend Dance with The Way of the World. So, hold on. Okay. So what Google has to say about what the track means is a metaphorical exploration of different perspectives, and the idea of what is right for one person may not be right for another. It touches on themes of regret, the choices we make, and how we view the world based on our own experience. So basically, it's saying that, we could go. Basically, what I say about, each of the songs, we can listen to the same song, and it could mean differently for you as it does for me based on what we went through in our life. Depending on what you've went through, but depending on what I've went through, that changes your perspective. It's about different perceptions of the same life that we live. So that's just my thoughts. If I have anything further to say, I'll talk about it later. Let's get into Way of the World. Alright, let's go to Genesis. If you take the tears from crying eyes, will the hurt just disappear? Put a weapon in the hands of a frightened man, will he show no fear? And so we stand and watch as the city lights, they go out one by one. Mother Nature sits on the other side with a loaded gun. Why is there blue sky? Why is there red sky? Now's the time to ask the reason. Should the blue sky meet the red sky? Should the rules have to change at all? We all know that whatever they say, time is on our side. This world has been here before, just going round and around. Oh, we all agree, as far as we can see, it's just the way of the world. That's how it's meant to be. And there's right, and there's wrong. There's weak, and there's strong. It's just the way of the world. That's how it's meant to be. Oh. Take the motion from the spinning wheel and watch it stop. Take the danger out of a naked flame, and what have you got? Take the anger out of a broken heart. You feel no pain. Could you swear if you had that second chance, you wouldn't do it again? Why's the blue sky? Why's the red sky? Now's the time to ask the reason. Should the blue sky meet the red sky? Should the rules have to change at all? We all know that whatever they say, time is on our side. Ooh, this world has been here before, just going round and around. We all agree, as far as we can see, it's just the way of the world. That's how it's meant to be. There's right, there's wrong, there's weak, and there's strong. Oh, it's just the way of the world. That's how it's meant to be. Oh, ah. We all agree, as far as we can see, it's just the way of the world. That's how it's meant to be. There's right, there's wrong, there's weak, and there's strong. It's just the way of the world, and that's how it's meant to be. They all agree, as far as we can see, just the way of the world. That's how it's meant to be. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I totally agree with what Google said. I love how it explores the different perception. because that's what I always talk about with music. But based on y'all's experience, you guys could listen to the same track and say, okay, you said what Genesis versions was about. You said what your version is, but I think it's about blank. I absolutely love that. I really do, because say for example, people like cats. Yeah, people like cats. Fine by me, but I'm not a big fan because I have my fair share of cats be evil. Why? Because my brother, who passed away, my brother had a cat named Little Panther, as he called him, because, he was a little black cat and he, looked like a panther. Um, Motherfucker, I used to eat a lot of lasagna like freaking Garfield. I don't even know why. But that motherfucker would stare me in the face, take one of his claws, stab it in one of the noodles, and eat it all the fucking time. And I've had my fair share of cats, scratch me or this, that, the other. So I'm not a fan of cats, but that's okay if you are. But that's just based on my own experience. And I love how the song explores different perception. I know I've said that like 2 or 3 times, but I like the song. What do you guys think? I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Everybody, it's Mario. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? We're continuing We Can't Dance with Since I Lost You. This song hits me pretty hard. Why? Because after my mom passed and I got, started to get into Phil Collins and Genesis and I heard this song, I cried like a damn baby. Um, so prepare to get the tissue because I might tear up myself. So I'm going to read you Google's perception of the track and then we will get into the song and then you pretty much got my perception within that one sentence. So, here's the breakdown on Since I Lost You. The song was written by Phil Collins and the Genesis band members after they learned of Connor Clapton's tragic death during the recording of the We Can't Dance album. From what I understood, from what things I've read on the internet, poor Connor, he was playing and he fell out. He was like a 4 years old, and poor baby, he fell out of the window of a building. If I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I remember reading on the internet. Let's see if you have anything to say about that. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna just go back to the breakdown because that's the gist of what it's about. That's what I was gonna say anyway, because that's what Phil had stated on Storytellers. He speaks about it more in depth if you take the time to watch that Storytellers show. I would love for y'all to sit down and watch it. He sings it better than I would, but he gives it more in depth, and I just cried like a baby. Okay, so now we're gonna get into the themes. The song's core theme is grief and in the expression of coping with loss. It develops into the emotional turmoil and the sense of emptiness and the difficulty of accepting the permanence of death. Impact. The songs resonate with many who have experienced loss, up, offering a relatable portrayal of pain and confusion that comes with grief. The song simplifies the emotion honestly and make a powerful expression of human vulnerability in the face of tragedy. The song is notably understated compared to other Genesis tracks, emphasizing the lyrics and the raw emotion of the subject matter. The stripped down arrangement allows for the listener to focus on the poignant lyrics and Collins' heartfelt delivery. And then as I go down, it pulls of that Storytellers clip with the song in it. And Phil, when I watched the Storytellers show, and he gets to that song, and it looks like he himself is about to fucking cry. And I wouldn't have blamed him. Because, like I said, I've been through been to so many funerals and things of that nature, it's not even funny. Um, I remember when I first lost my mom, I was devastated. I couldn't even say her name without crying. Hell, I couldn't even watch Tarzan for a while without crying because that was one of our favorite movies that we'd watch together. Hell, there was a time it was hard to watch Hannah Montana, and that was another one of our favorite shows. Um, and the one thing that hurt the most was I didn't have my cuddle buddy. Because believe it or not, up until she passed, I was 15 years old, and yes, I used to cuddle with my mom. And that was our thing. We slept together every night. And then that feeling of not feeling her body next to mine, even though she snored like the fucking devil. That was my best friend, and I cried almost every night for almost a year, if not longer, because I felt that pain. And I can't explain how hard it is to lose a mother at only 15 years old. So this song really conveys that, and I appreciate Genesis for being a stand-up group of people and writing a song like that to help Eric Clapton. There is one thing that Phil had stated during this storytellers thing, is that he had showed the song to Eric Clapton, and Eric is like, "Oh, this is a really good song. I like it, but I wrote one for Connor too." And Phil had listened to it, and he's like, "It's a beautiful song, but honestly, I don't think it's a single." And oddly enough, that was one of Clapton's biggest hits, which is "Tears in Heaven." What does Phil know, huh? That made me chuckle a little, but I'm gonna go ahead and we'll get through this together. This is Since I Lost You. This is dedicated to my mom and my brother Ducky. I love you both. It seems in a moment your whole world can shatter like morning dreams. They just disappear like dust in your hand, falling to the floor. Oh, how can life ever be the same? 'Cause my heart is broken in pieces. Oh yes, my heart is broken in pieces since you've been gone. It's all too easy to take so much for granted. Oh, but it's so hard to find the words to say. Like a castle in the sand, the water takes away. Oh, how can life ever be the same? 'Cause my heart is broken in pieces. Yes, my heart is broken in pieces since you lost you. Oh, now you'll never see. Oh, you'll never know all the things I planned for you. Things for you and me. Oh, damn it. Okay. I held your hand so tightly that I couldn't let it go. Now how can life ever be the same? Yes, my heart is broken in pieces. Yes, my heart is broken in pieces since you've been you. 'Cause my heart, oh, is broken in pieces. Yes, my heart is broken in pieces since I lost you. Yeah, my heart, oh no, it's broken in pieces. Oh, my heart. I doubt it, but do you have $30 you can loan me? Because they only have 2 copies of the games left. Excuse me, everybody. Sorry for that, damn it, okay. My dad was trying to. I'm trying to get Halo Infinite and we ran into a financial snag. No worries, we'll figure it out. But I had to respond to him, like, right from the jump. So he can, we can get this straightened out. Uh, but you guys know how I feel about Since I Lost You. I pretty much explained it. Go check out the Storyteller's version. Tell me what you think. So again, sorry about that little damn it, but it's still a beautiful song. I would recommend you either watch the Storyteller's version or check out the song by itself without me singing it and tell me what you guys think. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out. Hey everybody, it's Maria. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? We're going to go ahead and do Fading Lights by Genesis. I'm not going to speak too much into it. It's about, to me, it's about the end of an era. Because this is Phil Collins' last album with the band. So, but I would highly recommend you check out the live version from the We Can't Dance tour. It is really, really, really good. There's a really long instrumental, but it's really good. So you guys tell me what you think, and here is Fading Lights. Alright, let's go to Genesis. I'm trying to do this before my dad gets home, lol. Another time, it might have been so different. Oh, if only we could do it all again. But now, it's just another faded memory. Out of focus. Though the outline still remains far away, away, fading distant lights, leaving us all behind. Lost in a changing world. And you know that these are the days of our lives. Remember, like that story that we wish was never written. We know sometime that we must reach the final page, and still we carry on, just pretending there will always be one more day to go. Far away, away, fading distant lights, leaving us all behind, lost in a changing world. And you know these are the days of our lives. Oh, remember. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and skip past the instrumental, which is like 5 minutes. Sorry, but I gotta do this fairly quickly. Another chance alone, another goodbye, and so many things we'll never see again. All the days of life that seem so unimportant, all they seem to matter, and to count much later on. Far away, away, fading distant lights, leaving us all behind, lost in a changing world. And you know that these are the days of our lives. Remember. Again, sorry I had to cut through the instrumental, but I'm trying to do this before my dad gets home, because when he gets home, I'm really gonna sit down with him and get ready for SummerSlam. So Fading Lights, like I said, it's about the end of an era. To me, in my mind. Because like I said, this was the last Genesis album featuring Collins, um, because after that he would quit Genesis to focus more on his solo career, and then they would try to get another guy, Ray Wilson, and they did another Genesis album called Calling All Stations. But let's just say that didn't work out very well. If you want me to do that album, I'd be happy to do it. Oh, for God's sake, please don't make me do any Peter Gabriel. I just there's a couple of songs of his I like, but I prefer Phil's vocals. But but yeah, that's literally what it is. It's about the end of an era. And what's sad is during the what is it? Domino tour, the last Domino tour, they had to cut the instrumental out because Phil couldn't play the drums. I'm pretty sure that was one of the reasons, but I can only imagine why they cut it out. They just skipped the instrumental and then went straight into the last lyric like I just did just now. Wait, I don't think they did. I think they just cut that last part out entirely. Um, and that was it. But that made me mad. It makes me mad that I have to do it here, but I have to hurry up and get this done. So this is the end of the main album, and we got two more tracks, Hearts on Fire and On the Shoreline. I don't know when I'm going to do those, but I'll do them whenever I can and finish out the album. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace! The fact that I've recorded this album in 2 days is phenomenal to me. Hey everybody, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? Like I said, we got a couple more songs before we finish up We Can't Dance by Genesis, but I'm gonna tie it to the album and say it's a B-side because if you look here, this was part of the single for I Can't Dance. You had I Can't Dance and then this one to go along with it. So we're gonna go ahead and do this one, and then Hearts on Fire, and then be done with it. And then I'll have the album review pieced together. I know me. I finish up an album, I piece together the album review, right afterwards. So you guys will have the album review on my Patreon, and there are plenty of gaming goodies if you want to go on EV Soldier 96's gaming. Again, don't forget about SummerSlam. Let's get into On the Shoreline. But before we do, let's see what Google has to say about what it's about. On the Shoreline by Genesis, lyrics meaning.
The lyrics to Genesis's On the Shoreline are a reflection on a relationship lost due to indecision and self-doubt. The song describes a person who was so consumed with their own problems that they failed to appreciate the love they had and only realized it after their partner had moved on. The lyrics express regret and a wish for a second chance, but ultimately accept that it's too late. The lyrics to Genesis's...
That's awesome. You can actually click the audio if you need to hear it again. I need to keep that in mind next time I do this. Alright, well, you heard what Google has to say. I thought it was literally about a shoreline. Hilarious. Let's get into it. Alright, let's go to Genesis. There's that note on a mine elephant sound in the beginning of the track. Hilarious. Well, there's a place where two worlds collide. The pile of stone against the bill of the tide. You could stay with your feet on the ground, or step into the water, leave the dry behind on the shoreline. Meet me on the shoreline. where you can only swim if you try. Well, if there's somewhere on the other side, it might be better, it might be as bad. Someday soon you'll have to make a move, 'cause you can't stay forever. I'm just waiting on the shoreline. Meet me on the shoreline. Take me over, lead me through. Well, can you take me there to the other side, where everything is new, uncertain, and strange? Don't ever let me go until you're there. I don't know what it is I'm looking for. Until it's found, I won't be sure. Well, there are squares in the game of life. When you keep on moving or turn aside, there are times when you have to decide to put your feet in the water or stay on the shoreline. Meet me on the shoreline. You can only swim if you try. I'll be there, oh, on the shoreline. I'll be there on the shoreline. You can only swim if you try. I'll be there. I'll be there. Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there. Okay. On the shoreline, I think this whole concept of the shoreline being like the line in the sand, meaning like I want to fight. Both of us want to fight for this, but you gotta meet me halfway for us to have a better chance at this. So I agree with what Google said, but I think the shoreline is used like a metaphor for a line in the sand, trying to try to meet me in the middle, that kind of thing. All right, guys, I gotta get to Hearts on Fire, the last track for this album, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. Hey everybody, it's Maria. Welcome back to the channel. How's it going? We are finishing We Can't Dance with the last B-side for this record, Hearts on Fire. I hope you guys enjoyed this whole album. I enjoyed making it for you. But let's see what Google has to say about this track. What is Hearts on Fire about by Genesis?
Hearts on Fire by Genesis is about a faded rock and roll legend who wants to relive his glory days. The lyrics tell the story of a depressed, forgotten musician who once had it all but has now faded into obscurity.
I'm questioning whether they were starting to feel that way. But you have to understand, by the time this album was released, they were in their early 40s. So I'm curious if they were starting to feel that way. Because, they were the big thing in the mid 80s, and now they're kind of slowing down a bit. So I'm kind of curious if that's what they were feeling. but it's a pretty badass upbeat song, so I hope you enjoy. Alright, let's go to Genesis. Let's get into it. By the way, this is my favorite B-side from the album. In life, there are those decisions. Which direction you should take. It's only later that you realize all the simple mistakes you made. I don't like being alone. Don't wanna be by myself. But since you've gone, that's all I can think of. I can't think of nothing else. Oh, I said I'm sorry, so I give it up. Yes, you know I'm sorry, so I give it up. Yes, you know I'm sorry, soon I give it up. 'Cause my heart's on fire. My heart's on fire. Whoa, can you take me there? Oh, come back and take me there. 'Cause I need to be with you. Be there with you. Yes, there is no denying our love is not untrue. I know I've lied so many times before, but deep down there's only you. I need you here by my side. Together our love could grow. But first you have to believe that I want you more than you'll ever know. Oh, I said I'm sorry, so I give it up. You know I'm sorry, soon I give it up. You know I'm sorry, soon I give it up. 'Cause my heart's on fire. My heart's on fire. Oh, can you take me there? Oh, come back and take me there. 'Cause I need to be with you. Be there with you. This is my favorite part of the song, by the way. With it, we take our chances. What will be. I don't care what the people think, they just as long as you're here with me. Don't like being alone. Don't wanna be by myself. But since you've gone, well, that's all I can think of. I can't think of nothing else. Oh, you said I'm sorry, so I give it up. You know I'm sorry, so I give it up. You know I'm sorry, so I give it up. 'Cause my heart's on fire. My heart's on fire. Oh, whoa, can you take me there? Oh, come back and take me there. 'Cause I need to be with you. Be there with you. You. Be there with you. Yeah. Hearts on fire. 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 Well, my heart's on fire. My heart's on fire. Heart's on fire. Heart's on fire. Alright, let's close this album out. Honestly, I thought this was like the breakup of a marriage. Like, I'm sorry, I messed up. Please give me a second chance. I honestly thought that's what the song was about. I guess Google has a different opinion. Um, you guys can tell me what you guys think about the song and what it could be about in your opinion. I would love to hear y'all, talk about it and see what we can find out. All right, now let's talk about the album overall. Um, Obviously, this is the most um pop album out of all of Genesis output, but you can still sense, uh the I think there's a little bit of prog rock in it, but I think this is mostly a pop album to close out Phil Collins's um era. Because if you notice, we had Trick of the Tail, Wind and Wuthering, then there were three: Duke, Epic Have, Genesis, Invisible Touch, We Can't Dance. And throughout that whole evolution, we started off proggy and then we went towards the more radio friendly pop type songs. But that's not a bad thing because they never wanted a hit or anything. They just wanted to make music and enjoy it. And what's funny is that, people blame Phil Collins for the reason why they decided to go in a more pop direction because that's what he was doing with his solo career, and that's what was getting him to number ones and all these awards and all this that and the other. But it was Mike and Tony's decision for them to go in the more pop direction. So stop blaming Phil, people. Um, I would give this album. I guess I'm a little biased since this was my first Genesis album that I purchased, so I'm gonna go ahead and be honest and give it a. I would say I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. Um, you know, I will listen to this album all the way through, no problem. But if I'm listening in my earbuds, I probably skip a few of them. Just to get some more and more rock songs, depending on what I'm doing or whatever. But it's still a good album. It's a very solid ending to Phil's era of Genesis. So I genuinely enjoy it. And I hope you guys did too. What do you guys have to say about the album overall? Whether it be the lyrics, whether it be, the instrumentation. What did you guys think of this album overall? You guys tell me in the comments. And now I've got to move on to the next album. You guys tell me what's next, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.